Hello, all my merry makers. Merry almost Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. Today is going to be a review of Temu yarn. I am not sponsored or affiliated. But before that, we're going to do the opening of the Rainbow Fusions Advent. We've only got 2 more to go. What are you doing for Christmas? I'd love to hear it. Or, what are you doing for, what are you doing if you don't celebrate Christmas? If you happen to celebrate Hanukkah, any big plans for the big 8th day? I think that's today, actually. If it's not, I apologize. This is coffee. It is literally 6 o'clock in the morning on Friday for me. Because yesterday I was sick. Anyway, oops, forgot to show you. 23. Crinkles. Oh, that is interesting. That is, I would call that lilac. It's not quite lavender, although there are places that are lavender-ish. I would call it, it's darker. It's darker than lilac, so it's lavender. I know. Okay. Well, I'm just going to hold up the last 4 of the tonal. Because here's what we were calling indigo. Do you think it goes on the end there? Or does... I think it looks better if it's in the middle. I don't know. Like I've said before, there is most likely going to be a whole video on me putting these things in order. I don't know if you guys would like that or not, to be honest. Anyway, for my review on Temu, again, not sponsored or affiliated, I am going to be reviewing their velvet yarn. So I don't know about you guys, but I like the feel of velvet yarn, aka blanket yarn. But sometimes it can get a little expensive. So I actually ordered some off of Temu, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to tell you how it feels and how it works out. Okay, so when you go onto Temu and you search for velvet yarn, you get all sorts of options at different prices. And what you need to look at is how many pieces it is, because each one is different. Like this one says it's 5 pieces. Let's see if I can zoom in just a smidgen. There we go. This one says it's 5 pieces. This one says it's 3 pieces. This one says it's 4 pieces, and this says it's 1 piece. So, so like for example, the 1 piece is literally 1 skein of chenille yarn, but it's also under $3 for 1 piece of chenille yarn. So I'm going to show you the one that I got, which is this one, and right now they have a discount. So this is 5 pieces of the velvet yarn, and it has different colors available. Trying not to get the glare of my overhead light. And let's see where's the colors. I chose this one and this one. And what you see on the website is actually pretty true to life once you once I show you what I've got. So let's see if we can scroll down here or not. Hit the X here. So let's see. So the only thing I do have to say about this is there's not a whole lot of information. So if you're one of those people that likes a lot of information, you're not going to get it. It's because it just says that it's 5 pieces and that it is 3.5 ounces a piece. Let's see. And then you get down into the reviews, and let's see. They say that it's a novelty yarn. They said it's 100% polyester, and that's it. So I do have to say that there's not a whole lot of information about that. But if you're familiar with polyester yarn, you know that you should, machine wash cold if you have to wash it, and then lay flat to dry, like you would with all yarn. So I'm going to show the package that I have not opened, which is the green one. And this is how it came. So as you can see, there are 5 pieces in here. And then it just says 100% polyester, but it does tell you what color number you got in case you need more. I do like that. But that's it. The packaging actually reminds me a lot of ice yarn. The only difference between this yarn and ice yarn is on ice yarn, you've got each ball has a band, and it tells you everything you need to know. So I'm going to show you the 2 swatches that I've got worked up here in the gold. And I do have to say, this stuff is super squishy soft. If you were to make a blanket or a sweater out of this, it would be so soft and warm. So here is my crocheted piece. And it might be hard to tell, but there's actually 3 different stitches here. So the stitch definition is definitely not there. Like there's a row of single crochet, a row of half double crochet, a row of regular double crochet, and a row of double crochet with what's supposed to be a popcorn, but it's not popping out because this yarn is not very stiff. So the stitch definition definitely is not there. I would not recommend making something that has a lot of different stitches in it, because it's, something simple. So I'm going to show you how this frogs, which it frogs pretty nicely. There's no shedding, and it's not getting tangled up on itself at all. Now, I did mention blanket yarn. This is definitely not as thick as like Bernat blanket or anything like that. This is more on line with a worsted weight yarn. For the sample, I used my 5.5 millimeter hook. So there's that. I'll frog that the rest of the way later. Here is my knit piece. This is just a section of stockinette knitting. And then I did do a row of yarn overs just to see how it would take to having holes in it, which it's alright. If you were gonna put buttons in your sweater, this would be the way to do it, definitely. But again, I feel like if you did try to do cable work or something, or twisted stitches, it just wouldn't show up. You can tell the knitted side from the purl side. The purl side definitely has a little bit more texture to it. I could see doing a reverse stockinette just for extra cushiness, like for scarf or something. So there you go. And again, I actually almost used my bamboo needles on this one, guys. It is a little slippy and soft, but my Knit Picks interchangeables work just fine. And, oh, I think that's the first time it's gotten caught up on itself. There you go. So, I wouldn't pull too hard on it. It feels like, even though it looks and works up like a 4, if you really, let's see if we can screen in here a little bit, you can tell that, or maybe not, because that's really blurry. There we go. So you can see how most of this is just around a single string and fuzzes out. So, I mean, I'm pulling on it pretty good here, and it's not coming apart, so that's good. So maybe it's stronger than I thought. So there you go. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like in the bottom section below. Feel free to comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Share me with your friends. Join me for tomorrow's video and Advent. And in the meantime, make what makes you merry. Ciao.